What's up, guys? This is Audie Murphy, and tonight we're going to Bastogne. So we're going to be pushing south into Bastogne, where the Germans have taken control. We need to link up with friendly territory and secure this corridor from Germans. It's a pretty straightforward mission, but we are going to be looking at a 2-star enemy here, which is going to consist of increased enemy veterancy. So let's get it done.
Every major road coming out of the Ardennes converges on one point, Bastogne, making it key to holding the region. After a prolonged siege, our boys trapped in the city are being called the Battered Bastards. And with good reason. They're outnumbered 5-1, have no supplies, mounting casualties, and have been in battle for several days straight. In response, Allied command has mustered a relief force that is racing its way toward Bastogne to take the Germans on.
Looks like the elements are on our side in Bastogne, boys. The Germans will be blind to our movements in this storm. Perfect time to strike. This will make for a great letter home to my father.
This mission is going to take place along a main corridor that we need to push up quickly and then secure, so we're going to move in hard and fast with our armor and supporting infantry and try to get this done quickly. So we've got a set force allocation here, which is going to consist of 2 Shermans and a Greyhound that's not armored, and 2 cavalry rifleman squads, which are close range specialists, who you see here are moving in and chasing away the last of those Panzer Grenadiers there as we go ahead and capture that point. Now, we don't have a headquarters to build new units, so this is going to have to be it until we can complete this primary objective. I do want to go ahead and make sure that I keep moving up here quickly. I just need 1 unit in there to capture the point, and the rest can go, move up and proceed attacking along that main front. We see here that we have some more Panzer Grenadiers along with 2 Volk squads, none of which have really any anti-armor, so we're in good shape. And we see here that I've finished selecting heavy explosive rounds, and that is going to mop up the rest of the Germans very, very quickly as those oil barrels explode spectacularly, taking out several Grenadiers along with them, and that point is free up for me to continue attacking. And just like the last point, I'm going to go ahead and get my infantry in there, have them start capping up, and proceed moving my vehicles and armor along this main road and pushing up toward that next line. And we see here we have 3 Gren squads, held down to 2 Gren squads now, and 1 Panzer Grenadier squad, none of which have any anti-armor whatsoever. And those heavy explosive rounds are just chopping those Grenadiers to bit as 1 round lands on either side of that heavy cover, taking out pretty much the entire blob. I'm going to go ahead and pull my men out of the house and put them in that point, have them start capping up, and proceed moving along this road with my armor and get this done as quickly as possible. We are ticking down here rapidly, and I want to make sure we have plenty of time to spare here as we wrap up the last of these objectives and proceed into the next part of the mission. Okay, now looks like things are starting to get interesting here. Yeah, as I'm taking some anti-tank fire from this next hard point, I want to go ahead and get my tank out of there, minimize the amount of shots that he's going to take. Looks like he already took 1 or 2, and proceed along an alternate approach. I think it's not going to be covered too much by that AT gun that I can see. Looks like I think I'm going to flank around south here and push in this direction with pushing hard and fast with the mass of my armor before that AT can react. Looks like he gets 1 more front shot there on my Sherman, but he's going to be tied up. And it looks like there are 2 AT guns here. They're taking more shots there from a shorted AT as that AT gun gets flipped around and proceeds putting shots on my Sherman. He's in trouble now as he can no longer maneuver, but it looks like those 2 AT guns are down, and I'm going to try to push in with my infantry here and mop up the rest of these infantry. There is still the chance of getting Panzer striked here from these Germans, so I'm just trying to mop up the rest of these squads as quickly as possible there, as you see, fortunately forcing the retreat before they can cause any more damage to that 1 already severely damaged Sherman, and I'm going to need to take care of that before we push up any further on these objectives here. Fortunately, these vehicle crews can pop out and self-repair, so I'm definitely going to have them do that in this short wall I might as well just have all these vehicle crews pop out here and get them to work, get them all topped off before I make a run on this final objective, because I suspect that's probably going to be probably the most heavily defended of any of these. So while these vehicle crews are repairing, I've got my infantry here capping up this point, making sure that we're connecting all of our territories along this main approach line before I make a run on this last objective here. And it looks like that's just about done. Looks like my vehicle crews are still kind of trying to top off that last Sherman there, so I'm trying to give them just a little bit more time. You see there up at the top left-hand corner that time is still ticking down rapidly, so I need to get this done quickly. Looks like the rest of the tanks are pretty much topped off. Going to go ahead and have them remount their vehicles and get them moving. Yep, we're all back. We're a cohesive fighting force again. Let's just go ahead and move up and take these Germans on where they rest. So this is the last point, and we're in pretty good shape so far. We haven't lost any infantry, and especially haven't lost any armor. And it looks like I'm not seeing any AT here, at least not any manned AT that's in a firing position. So this might actually be an easy cap. I'm just going to go ahead and focus fire down on this first squad, try to clear a path for my, run them over there, and move my infantry right on behind. Looks like my other tanks have pretty much mopped up the rest, and that is going to do it for the Germans there. Move my infantry in there and have them start capping up. Looks like we do have some Germans moving in here up from the northern edge of the map, but I'm just going to go ahead and block those advancing infantry with my tanks there and mop them up. Looks like we had a German retreating along that main road. He's going to get mopped up as well, and yep, there he goes, and that is going to do it. And things are now quiet again on the western front, so we're in good shape here. We still haven't lost anybody. Looks like all of our squads are still at full fighting capacity. I went ahead and remanned that MG there to give me a little bit of suppression. I am going to need to reconstitute that squad, though, as soon as possible, either by retreating him back to base or by getting a half-track up and reconstituting him from there. I do have that vehicle crew out there repairing up that one moderately weakened Sherman. He's not really in too bad a shape. My other two vehicles are at full health, and they're in a position to respond pretty effectively here.
We got to assemble a blocking force and throw everything we have at them.
Okay, so Germans are going to be coming in here, and they want me to essentially make sure that this road stays secure. We've got a lot of German activity still in outlying points, so we're going to need to move in and start mopping up these Germans again, giving them no rest, not letting them react, or rather forcing them to react to us rather than having them on the offensive and making us react to their movements, which is always very important. You always want to make sure that you keep tempo, and that you're always being aggressive. That is very much the American philosophy, and it's served us well so far. And you see there my Sherman and Greyhound making short work of these Germans. So yeah, tempo, guys. As you see here, my infantry moving in behind my tanks, which are actively engaging those German infantry and taking care of them for them. There are now Allied forces moving down that main road, so we need to keep a watchful eye over there and make sure that they don't get run up upon by Germans. But as long as we stay aggressive here, they're going to be reacting to us, and they're going to have a much harder time in pursuing what would otherwise be their main objectives, which are going to be to obviously impact vehicles moving along that main road. So I'm just going to go ahead and push south here and see if we can't stumble onto any waiting Germans here as I go ahead and proceed moving along with my infantry and capping along the external edge. I'm not seeing too much more German activity over on this side. I think I'm just going to go ahead and move in with my infantry and cap up that point and get this side secure. I think I could probably repurpose this armor group now. I'll just set them along that main road for the time being and have them watch from there. Meanwhile, I do have some NGs and another half-track moving up along here. Oh, my riflemen, cavalry riflemen rather, have run into some Germans there. It looks like they are going to require a armored group to move up and take care of them. I don't want to risk lives by just sending a couple rifles into into a group like that. That's not going to be good for me later on in the campaign, so I'll just go ahead and repurpose my cav and have them head over there. Meanwhile, we do still have assorted small groups of Germans skirmishing around here on the eastern edge of the map. But again, it's nothing that I don't think that my riflemen over there can deal with. We have some more reinforcements showing up here to watch this main road, and additionally engage those Germans running around the center of the map. Again, I'm not too concerned about them. I'm much more worried about what's going on here near this building, and we do see here that there is a optional objective over here that needs to be pursued as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and move in with my cav there, steamrolling through the bulk of the infantry and forcing them to scatter against the four winds as I light them up with my heavy explosive rounds. And now I'm just going to go ahead and move in with my rifleman cav, and so they can assist with mopping up the remnants of those Germans without any relative danger presented. Meanwhile, looks like things are going well up on the northern tip of the map. I haven't seen any Germans up there yet, so I think that side's pretty secure. And down here, yet we have just proceeded to wipe those Germans rather effectively, and that is going to be the optional objective. So that's one main job complete. And it looks like the only tenuous hold the Germans have left on the map here is this point here, but I'm not even seeing any Germans there. Looks like the rest of them are just coming in from this edge of the map towards the center of the road to engage troops moving along it here. You see them engaging my half-track and my rifleman cav, which at first looks like it might have a problem, and then my tank is going to move in right behind him and smashing through the trees, and again just taking out the entire wall, pretty much a single shot from those heavy explosive rounds, and rescuing, as if they needed rescuing, my merry band of cavalry riflemen, excuse me. So we see that there are still Allied troops moving along that main line that are getting engaged by, again, assorted small bands of Germans, but nothing really that's going to present any threat. I'm not really too worried unless I start to see some kind of AT or a really substantial infantry presence here, which I don't think they're going to be able to constitute now that I've pretty much got entire map control. As we see Allied troops moving down the road there, right past our guard units. It looks like the only thing that we really have left on the map here of the Germans is these poor scout bikes there that are just horribly outclassed in every possible way by those Shermans, backing up against that building and just having nowhere to go, unfortunately. I am seeing a couple Germans, they still just running around. Looks like they're mostly coming from that eastern edge and pushing through towards that main road. So it looks like this is going to be my primary defend point right along here. I do already have some infantry units in that bunker putting down fire, as well as backed by armor and a half-track, which is mostly just there to soak damage away from rifles, as opposed to put out damage. And you see I'm just going to go ahead and move in with that armor and mop the rest of these Germans quickly to minimize the threat that's exposed to my riflemen. So, yeah, it looks like we're in great shape here, guys. That victory counter is ticking down rapidly. The only thing that I need to do for the rest of this mission is minimize casualties on both my end and my allies' end as they move casualties down that main road. It looks like as I said, most of the predominant bulk of the Germans are going to be advancing from this eastern edge, and I do still have a fuel point over there that has not been decapped yet, and where there still may be some Germans residing. Oh no, that contact is actually coming from my guard units over at the front. So yeah, I'm not seeing any Germans here whatsoever. I'm just going to go ahead and dismount my vehicle crew and have my vehicle crew out there and figure out where this fire is coming from. Oh god, looks like one of my rifle units there did manage to take a few casualties from firing in not exactly a great firing position there. I should have probably microed that a little bit better rather than focusing on decapping. But I'm just going to move him behind the Jeep and behind that bunker and have him reinforced from that half-track there. And I don't really need all these armored units over here on the far edge of the field. I'm just going to go ahead and cap with that half-track. Tell my vehicle crew to remount their vehicles and just get them back to the prime point of contact, which is going to be over here along this main road. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly where the Germans are advancing from. I think just from the general wood line. I think there are actually a few entry points on the map So this is probably still just going to be an ideal defensive position. Make sure they don't sneak up here and start raining fire on these allied medevac units that are moving back and forth to the real front, which is going to be in Bastogne up the road. And I still haven't seen any Germans up north, which is kind of curious. I was expecting to see the bulk of their force advancing down along that path, but yeah, we have not seen any action up there whatsoever. The only action we've seen again has been, oh, I might have spoken too soon here. Oh yeah, we have an armored car there moving in around the edge of that building and taking out that half track and one track. Luckily my 2 armored units are right there, and they're going to be in a great position to rain some heavy explosive shells down on that armored car and lighting it up as you see that flame erupting from its port side hatch. And they're just going to go ahead and continue to fire on those Germans until they are completely wiped. Didn't take very long at all with those high explosive rounds, and those HE rounds are just great for everything, really up to and including light armor. As you see there, managed to knock out that armor car in just a couple shots, and that is going to do it. That is mission complete, guys. So yeah, not too bad at all, not too shabby. We got out of that with just a handful of rifleman casualties, and we're moving on with our men in pretty good shape here. So thanks for watching, guys. Check out the next video here, and we'll see you next time.
Captain just took the battlefield.
I'm about to collapse from exhaustion, but I wanted to write to you before you started to worry. I just hope this wick holds out long enough for me to finish this letter. I wish I had time to go more in depth, but we're getting a lot done. Bastogne has been a roaring success. It took some real will, but we broke through the German siege and aided our men before it was too late. The Germans don't stand a chance against us. Be at ease, Father. We're gathering momentum. Our cause is filled with just purpose. We will not fail.
So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you click those likes and sub buttons. Check out all these other videos that are here for you on this channel. And I'm going to be doing some more shoutcasts with a buddy of mine, Georgie Zukov. We're going to be shoutcasting some more CH2 games, all right here, all for you guys. And that's going to be coming up real soon, so stay tuned for that. In the meantime, though, check out these awesome videos. Got a lot more awesome COH2 content coming up for you guys, as well as some AI War Fleet Command and some Elder Scrolls Online. We've also been doing some upgrades on the channel overall. We now have a Steam group, so yeah, just click any of these videos, guys, and it'll take you right there, I promise.